Notre Dame de Paris, referred to simply as Notre Dame, is a medieval Catholic cathedral on the Ile-de-la site in the 4th arrondissement of Paris. The cathedral was consecrated to the Virgin Mary and is considered to be one of the finest examples of French Gothic architecture. Its pioneering use of the rib vault and flying buttress, its enormous and colorful rose windows, as well as the naturalism and abundance of its sculptural decoration set it apart from the earlier Romanesque style. Major musical components that make Notre Dame stand out include its 3 pipe organs, one of which is historic, and its immense church bells. The cathedral's construction began in 1163 under Bishop Maurice de Sully and was largely complete by 1260, though it was modified frequently in the following centuries. In the 1790s, Notre Dame suffered desecration during the French Revolution. Much of its religious imagery was damaged or destroyed. In the 19th century, the cathedral was the site of the coronation of Napoleon I and the funerals of many presidents of the French Republic. Popular interest in the cathedral blossomed soon after the 1831 publication of Victor Hugo's novel, Notre Dame de Paris. This led to a major restoration project between 1844 and 1864, supervised by Eugene Viollet-le-Duc. The Allied liberation of Paris in 1944 was celebrated within Notre Dame with the singing of the Magnificat. Beginning in 1963, the cathedral's facade was cleaned of centuries of soot and grime. Another cleaning and restoration project was carried out between 1991 and 2000. The cathedral is one of the most widely recognized symbols of the city of Paris and the French nation. As the cathedral of the Archdiocese of Paris, Notre Dame contains the cathedra of the Archbishop of Paris. In 1805, Notre Dame was given the honorary status of a minor basilica. Approximately 12 million people visit Notre Dame annually, making it the most visited monument in Paris. The cathedral was renowned for its Lent sermons, founded by the Dominican Jean-Baptiste Henri Lacordaire in the 1830s. In recent years, an increasing number have been given by leading public figures and state-employed academics. The cathedral has been progressively stripped of its original decoration and works of art. Several noteworthy examples of Gothic, Baroque, and 19th-century sculptures and a group of 17th and early 18th century altarpieces remain in the cathedral's collection. Some of the most important relics in Christendom, including the crown of thorns, a sliver of the true cross and a nail from the true cross, are preserved at Notre Dame. While undergoing renovation and restoration, the roof of Notre Dame caught fire on the evening of the 15th of April 2019. Burning for around 15 hours, the cathedral sustained serious damage, including the destruction of the flesh and most of the lead-covered wooden roof above the stone vaulted ceiling. Contamination of the site and the nearby environment resulted. Following the fire, many proposals were made for modernizing the cathedral's design. However, on the 29th of July 2019, the French National Assembly enacted a law requiring that the restoration must preserve the cathedral's historic, artistic and architectural interest. Stabilizing the structure against possible collapse was completed in November 2020. And the reconstruction began in 2021. The government of France hopes the reconstruction can be completed by spring 2024, in time for the opening of the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. President Emmanuel Macron confirmed on the 14th of April 2021 that the cathedral site will be formally returned to the church on the 15th of April 2024, and the first mass will be held in the cathedral nave on that day. Even if the reconstruction is not finished by then, it is believed that before the arrival of Christianity in France, a Gallo-Roman temple dedicated to Jupiter stood on the site of Notre Dame. Evidence for this includes the Pillar of the Boatman, discovered beneath the cathedral in 1710. In the 4th or 5th century, a large early Christian church, the Cathedral of Saint Etienne, was built on the site, close to the royal palace. The entrance was situated about 40 meters west of the present west front of Notre Dame, and the apse was located about where the west facade is today. It was roughly half the size of the later Notre Dame, 70 meters long, and separated into nave and four aisles by marble columns, then decorated with mosaics. The last church before the Cathedral of Notre Dame was a Romanesque remodeling of Saint Etienne that, although enlarged and remodeled, was found to be unfit for the growing population of Paris. A baptistry, the Church of Saint John le Rond, built about 452, was located on the north side of the west front of Notre Dame until the work of Jacques Germain Soufflot in the 18th century. In 1160, the Bishop of Paris, Maurice de Sully, decided to build a new and much larger church. He summarily demolished the earlier cathedral and chose to recycle its